Hi guys, I'm back again today with another video, and today we're checking out secrets of the euro. Actually, I'm really intrigued to see the euro because I don't think I know how they look like, honestly. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any in person, so it would be nice to see some. And what are the secrets? I'm intrigued. Before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button, and let's find out. Why am I excited? Because it's money? Like, who doesn't like money?
Prior to 2002, most European countries had their own independent currencies. France had the French franc,
2002. Okay.
Italy had the Italian lira, and Finland had the Finnish marker, to name just a few. It made trade and travel a lot more complicated, as you needed to change your money for each different country.
Yeah,
often
and since you guys are like so close together, that would be so crazy. Like, for example, I go on a weekend to Italy and I have to change my money. And then I go back home, I have to like change. Not necessarily, but you know.
exchange rates, commissions and fees. What's more, there was often vast disparity between the values of each currency. Whilst the Italian lira banknote stretched all the way up to 500,000, the highest denomination French franc was only 500. So if you were visiting one from the other, it would be very difficult to gauge how much you were actually spending. In practice, it was a nightmare. The case for a shared common currency was therefore an obvious one, and it was an idea that had been talked about and was being worked towards for decades. Without getting into the precise history, the euro as we know it was first introduced for non-cash transactions on New Year's Day 1999, and then the first banknotes and coins on New Year's Day 2002. The only countries that did not adopt the currency were
Germany?
Denmark and the United Kingdom, although there
never
are
mind.
several other EU countries who don't yet meet the economic criteria,
Never
but will
mind.
make the change once they
Oh, so there is an economic criteria? Makes so much sense. It's all kind of like piecing together. Wow.
And since those first banknotes were launched in 2002, they've just finished releasing a new and updated series, which this video is going to take a look at. Now, I'm not going to get into any of the pros and cons of the currency, or any of the economic arguments or considerations. Instead, I'm going to approach the euro purely as a banknote collector, as someone who likes shiny and colourful objects with a cool story, not as a critic of the currency
Got a
itself.
Philippine flag.
If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Now normally I'd go through and talk about each banknote individually, but with the euro it makes much more sense to talk about them collectively. These new notes are known as the Europa series, and they are very much a series, with each denomination just a slight variant on the overall design. Like the previous series, the notes have retained their size, colour and the theme of European architecture. The front of each denomination displays a window or doorway to represent openness and cooperation, whilst the reverse depicts a bridge, symbolising communication. The €5 sees a classical architecture style, the 10 Romanesque, the 20 Gothic, the 50 Renaissance, the 100 Baroque, and the 200 a 19th century iron and glass theme. The old 500 note had the theme of modern 20th century architecture, although has been discontinued and is slowly being removed.
If a country makes banknotes that are very like playful like that, I would love that country. But I don't think any country would. But hey, you never know.
From circulation. Importantly though, none of the specific doorways, windows or bridges shown are real. They're fictional designs, intended to represent each of the original members but without unfairly representing one more than the other.
It makes sense.
Also
because
like
you can
the
put
previous
like
series.
you can put like the, let's say, what is, I don't even know any monumental, like let's say the Berlin Wall or something, and then the other note has like something from France, the Eiffel Tower, and then you have another like, and then you don't incorporate all the European countries. It's gonna be cray, yeah. So it's good.
The
It's not
reverse of
weak.
each note features a map of Europe, although this time including Malta and Cyprus, who have both since joined the Eurozone, as well as a tiny section right in the bottom left to show the Canary Islands and some of France's territories. But that's about it for the similarities. So what exactly has changed? Well, the denomination in the bottom left has been replaced by one in green colour changing ink, making it difficult to replicate. And on the 100 and 200 notes, it even contains tiny euro symbols. There's also a larger holographic strip on the right, this time containing
It's
an
very
image of
similar to
Europa,
our
a figure from Greek mythology after whom
banknotes
the
here,
continent was
actually.
named. Europa can also be seen in the watermark of each note, alongside the denomination and piece of architecture, although admittedly it does kind of resemble a kid's drawing. In terms of other security features, both series are fairly similar. Obviously they all feature the
That looks
Orion
a lot like our
constellation,
money.
a group of 5 circles or donuts which can be detected by printers and computer software in order to prevent photocopying. This feature was included on banknotes in secret for many years, until a member of the public
see.
first detected it on a 10 euro note, hence the name and the fact that it sort of doesn't really resemble Orion. Under UV light, certain elements of the notes glow to indicate their authenticity, including the stars in the flag and the stars around the architecture, as well as certain sections of the reverse. Tiny glowing flecks are also visible, something they purposely add into the paper, again to show their authenticity. But the new
So
notes
cool.
have added another really cool security feature in the form of these short diagonal lines on the edges of each note. If you fold the notes round to form a circle, they perfectly line up, indicating that the note is likely genuine, as counterfeiters can have difficulty being so precise with their printing. And these notes have introduced some microprint too, seen in the stars in the middle of the note. If you look extremely closely, you'll see the word euro repeating in 3 different alphabets. Again, something that counterfeiters cannot achieve with inexpensive printers. And what is probably my favourite hidden feature? Each note is secretly a flag of Europe in disguise. How cool is that? However, having
Very
said
cool.
all that, you'd be right to accuse these notes of being boring. They're deliberately plain and devoid of any personality. Europe is an exceptionally diverse continent, with the finest architecture on the planet, and yet they've opted for fictional designs. But I do understand it. These banknotes are used by an ever-increasing number of countries, and they can't be seen to favour certain ones. And where the banknotes fall short, the coins certainly deliver.
They really
The
look
Euro-
like our money. Like,
And
when I
where the
say our
banknotes
money,
fall short, the coins
like, we just recently changed the cents from this color to silver. But once upon a time it was this, right? And then this as well. But now they're like, so I can't, like, all my money's like there, so I don't want to get up and show, but I think you can watch the Philippine version if you are curious. But it's so similar, our banknotes as well as the coins.
certainly deliver. The euro coins are arguably the coolest and most collectible in the world. Each country has their own designs, and they can
I have a lot
therefore
of
be
euro
much more
coins.
personal. The Colosseum features on the Italian 5 cents, for example, and the Brandenburg Gate on the German 10. And even some countries that aren't EU members have their own coins, such as San Marino and Vatican City.
Oh,
In
interesting.
total, there are more than 300 different designs across the different values and countries, making them an absolute dream for collectors. They most certainly make up for the lack of variation on the banknotes. But if that's still not enough, there are some euro banknotes that are decidedly more interesting.
Oh, what is
This
that?
is a €0, a souvenir note printed on real banknote paper, with real security features and authorised by the European Central Bank.
I want to
It
buy
has a
one.
watermark, glows under UV
Where
light,
do you get this?
and feels and looks exactly as you'd expect a real euro to. And whilst this one features the atomium in Brussels, like the coins, there are literally hundreds of different designs. So whilst the euros themselves might be slightly dull, that's necessary. They're the second most traded currency in the world, and represent such a vast population area. And though they might have sacrificed some infinitely more interesting notes in the process, we got some pretty cool coins out of it, and the euro has undoubtedly made life a lot easier.
Okay, euros. Okay, I think €1 is equivalent to, if I'm not mistaken, 60 or 59 pesos. Let me check. Let me double check. Euro. I cannot type to PHP. 60 pesos. There we go. So €1 is 60 pesos, and 60 pesos can get you a meal. Okay, you can buy a meal in a McDonald's. You probably might get a burger for 60 pesos. Yeah, a burger with drinks and all, probably not, but maybe like a cheeseburger. Let me check. Philippine cheese McDo burger price. Oh, it's expensive. These are like set meals though. They're not giving us the price for like one. Uh, Probably more. Okay, maybe like 2 euros. Let's just put it that way. Let me know how much is a burger there. So yeah, thank you for this. This was very, very fascinating. The designs are actually very intriguing. I don't know why he said boring, because it's not actually. Those secret features actually make him even better. It makes it the design even nicer, because there are some boring banknotes out there, and euros are not one of them. Trust me. Okay, trust me. But anyways, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.